Nannigan's Sports Pub.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Happy Friday, happy pre-weekend, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox, coming to you live today from Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's become one of my new favorites, Defo. How are you today, Jeff Defo DeForest?
I couldn't be better. Glorious day out there. A good day to sit outside here at Wicked Cheesesteaks. A lot of people taking advantage of the phenomenal prices that they have here, in addition to the great food, which includes a lot of variety, right? Because you hear cheesesteaks, you're figuring, all right, maybe they got a couple of different types and maybe a chicken Philly or whatever. But pizza, a lot of different things with lobster and all kinds of really, really great stuff, including, and we all went right to the refrigerator and grabbed some of these boiling sodas, which
That was my first
I think are
move.
about as good as any. I mean, a lot of people like Dr. Brown's, but this is no slouch. These boiling sodas in the bottle. Fantastic.
You know what the difference with the boiling soda is? They use the real cane sugar.
Yep.
It's none of those processed high fructose corn syrup stuff. And you really can taste the difference when you get hopped up on real sugar and my A1C level just spikes through the roof, and my doctor will be yelling at me. But I do love a delicious,
Very good.
We got the black cherry, and he's got Brian here today. He's known for all his root beer varieties. He loves his root beers. And I love Wicked Cheesesteak. I was taking a little bit of a tour before the show aired, and I went in the back and the kitchen area, the prep area. He's got a guy that is just like deshelling or shelling. The shelling is one of those words where you shell it, take it
And you
out.
get rid of it, yeah.
Shelling the lobsters. Basically, this is not a place, and you'd be surprised how many high-end, swanky joints on Las Olas Boulevard, I don't want to mention any names, Eddie V's, that when you get a...
There's another place you seem to have a little bit of an agenda with.
Well, because people seem to love it so
They
much.
do. They absolutely
And
adore
what they
that place.
don't realize is, like, their product, because it's part of this major chain, Darden, they're using all this source stuff from halfway around the world that comes in frozen and cryovac bags. Like, I ordered a lobster bisque there, and they have little chunks of lobster in the lobster bisque, but it had absolutely no flavor. And it's coming out of a cryovac bag, this pre-steamed lobster. Here at Wicked Cheesesteaks, a little mom and pop, Brian does it the right way. You go in the back there, he's got all these freshly steamed, beautiful, big Maine lobsters, because he's from Maine and he's got pride. And the guy back there is pounding it and taking out all the claw meat and all the tail meat. And that's the stuff that goes into their lobster rolls here, which is a tremendous value at $19. And it's fresh. It's never frozen. It's right out of the shell, right boiled, right on the spot. And that's proper. And I get passionate about food.
You're big into protocol when it comes to food and the service. That's for sure.
Yeah.
No, and you could taste the difference, obviously. And then you hear a lot of different things on Let's Eat South Florida about, they had, a different product in there and all kinds of stuff, crawfish and carp, and this is at some places that feature lobster rolls as their only, their main item.
Are we naming names? But it's a place up in Delray that Dickstein has a special affinity. What's the opposite of affinity?
Distaste.
Disdain.
Disdain for
Disdain's even stronger than
a
distaste.
place that like has market price up and down the menu, which is your worst nightmare.
I go into conniptions when I see
And
market price.
we understand when it comes to products like lobster or some fresh seafood that it will be market price. But
you're hoping they got it on the
burger.
black market.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
That place, though, and I'm not naming it, it's up in Delray Beach, and they have a whole variety of things. But their lobster roll is actually lobster salad. It's chopped up and cut up with different fillers, including I'm not here to bash on people. Now I sound like one of the Let's Eat
Negative
South Florida
selling never works, but at $19 for pure, just and the simplicity of it all is part of the beauty of what Brian does here at Wicked Cheesesteaks. And then let's face it, I mean, the cheesesteaks are off the chart, just almost incomparable.
No, and we've got I guess we're in the midst of some sort of lobster roll mania. It seems like every other day I'm reading about some new lobster chain or franchise is opening up. I know there's a couple of them called Mystic Lobster that have just opened up recently.
ABC Lobster gets a lot of steam.
Well, ABC Lobster is actually a good little catering.
Yeah.
It started as a catering thing, and that's like a mom and pop shop. A guy named Chef Alan Bergman, who does things the right way too, and it's tucked in this little kind of like a warehouse complex in Davie near the Hard Rock, and good product there. But some of these franchise places, like there's this Cousins lobster truck that goes.
The women love that because it was on like some show, I guess Shark Tank.
Right, and they got their initial funding from Shark Tank. Again, a place. Well, you know what?
Very
I can't say for sure.
Very expensive.
But based on my taste buds and based on what I know, it seems like they're not doing it like here. I don't think they're fresh boiling lobsters and then pulling out the shell meat. I think it's one of those, again, things that are coming in bags. I'm not sure if that's right. And I'm not here to disparage everybody. I'm just here to say that there seems to be this mania for lobster rolls, and no matter where you get them, whether it's on a food truck at some of these new franchise places, I mean, God bless you. You find a good one. It's like pizza. There's plenty of good pizza out there. There's plenty of good pizza here, and there's the lobster rolls here. I happen to think are great value and great taste and flavor because Brian, the owner, who we'll talk to a little bit later, and he's a big fan of the Lunchbox, and he's singing your praises, Defo and Lubie and us, because he said that just out of just doing the show here last month, he's actually seen a nice bounce.
Nice.
People coming in who mentioned the show,
It's working, people.
Mentioned Let's Eat South Florida, and that's what this is all about. Is want to spotlight these places where typically you might just drive by a place like this in a strip mall and not even notice it's really there.
The name has an attraction to it, though.
Okay,
That would get my attention. I like the name.
And that's what I want to talk about, because I agree with Defo. Now, some of you watch our morning shows, some of you don't. A lot of you come from the Lunchbox. A person that comes on every Friday with us is the professor. He's very acerbic. He's very sarcastic, and he has a hatred for Boston. I'm putting it out there just to help understand what I'm trying to understand this issue. Okay, so the name Wicked Cheesesteak to me is cool. I like it. It combines both Philly and the Boston
because
thing,
Brian's wife is from the Philly area, South Jersey, which is close enough. And
Wicked is a New England thing.
Wicked is a term, meaning wicked smart, wicked good.
His negative spin, because he has to be it. He's like, well, if they're really cheesesteak people, why is the word wicked there? I'm like, that's the point. We're in a big age where lobster rolls and cheesesteaks have exploded, so you get the both there, both in the name, and it's a cool name. He's like, well, the Wicked would drive me away. I agree with Defo. The Wicked brought me in. I like that name, Wicked Cheesesteaks. Those of you watching, we want you to know it's not predominantly one or the other. It's great, both lobster and cheesesteak. I asked you, Mike Mayo, if you see the name Wicked Cheesesteak, do you just assume they're not going to be good at cheesesteaks? Because I think the opposite. I think they're good at a lot of things.
I think it's a clever way to blend in the regionalism of both Maine, New England with lobster along with cheesesteak. Because let's face it would be pretty silly to name a place Lobster Cheesesteak, because then people would say, what? They're putting a lobster in the cheesesteak?
Or Wicked Rolls. Something like it could be Wicked
Rolls,
like
Wicked Hoagies,
Philly
which
rolls,
is
something like that, but I don't know.
But you know what? Wicked Cheesesteak works for me. I kind of like, something wicked is,
cool.
Like you said, it's in New England. It's cool.
It's a good thing.
It's a great thing. A wicked's like a great thing.
Except if you were a witch in Salem in 1639. Then if you're a wicked witch, they might do some things to you. But
I don't think they were getting any more of a fair shake than Brittany Griner did when she got 9 years for having a marijuana cap.
That's what happens. You play silly games. You win silly prizes. If you're going to be traveling to the not Soviet Union, that's how old I am. If you're going to be traveling to Russia in the midst of rising tensions with the United States and the rest of the world, be careful, because you might end up being used as a pawn in a later spy trade.
You might want to clean out your backpack.
Exactly.
Clean out your backpack.
You might want to take the dust buster to the car and get rid of all of the roaches that were in there. And I'm not talking about the bug. That would normally be a plague if you were talking about a restaurant. Hey, it's a great place, though. And then he's got the bargains up there. You can see some of them if you're watching on
these are the deals right
video
here.
stream. I mean, this Wednesday BOGO thing is fantastic. And, the other thing is you don't always get wings at a cheesesteak place, do you? I mean, it's not uncommon, but I mean, the quality of the wings here really was another attraction for me the first time I came in. I couldn't believe how good they were. Fantastic.
No, I'm glad that you turned me on to this place and you gave it the Defo thumbs up, which,
based on
as much as I like to ridicule you
South
for
Florida.
I mean, you do know good food. And you do, you said you got to check this place out. And Yeah, I got to sing the praises of the pizza. I just besides checking out the lobsters being cracked, when I first came in, 2 beautiful cheese pizza pies came out of the oven, and they looked every bit as good as any pie I would find in a Brooklyn pizza slice joint. I almost snagged one on the spot, but I know that Brian's going to be hitting us with a lot of food.
I'm
Yeah,
surprised
yeah,
that you
prepared.
didn't grab a slice. That there were, you sent the picture that there wasn't a slice missing at that point.
I've been known to do that and take a picture, and there's already a couple of
I
slices
better try
gone.
this. Make sure that it's good.
Hey, speaking of pizza, we got to defend the honor of our man Wade at Pizza Spot, right?
I don't understand the hysteria over that. I really
So
don't.
Andy explained it to me. I didn't see. Andy was at my trivia last night and
Okay.
explained the thing, and I don't understand what it had to do with the restaurant. Like the issue that at least the one where the woman put too much toppings and she was eating it in her car.
No, it was a man. It was
Or
a
man, I'm
man.
sorry.
It was
The
a
guy
very.
sounded a little entitled.
But what does that have to do with the place,
Who wrote
though?
the thing?
Why is that the
I
place
still
is
haven't
problem?
talked to Wade yet. And again, we're talking about the latest histrionics on Let's Eat South Florida group, 91,000 plus. Welcome to everybody. We do enjoy a good, back and forth. And look, people are entitled to their opinions. And people also know that Wade and Reese, I've been a big fan of the Pizza Spot, the shop they opened almost 2 years ago, tucked in the middle of that Riverside Park neighborhood in Fort Lauderdale. I think they do a terrific job. It's New Haven style pizza. It's not in a coal-fired oven like Frank Pepe's. And again,
But it's wood fired though.
yeah, it's wood fired, thin crust style, comes out a little charred. He uses great quality ingredients. But if you happen to order what I call a garbage pie, and that's garbage as a compliment in terms of where you throw everything but the kitchen sink on it.
Yeah.
Garbage pies are best eaten on the spot, because if you take them somewhere, they get a little soggy, they get a little limp, and it's not the most fair barometer.
Nothing worse than being a little limp. Especially when you're a slice of pizza. I said this before on the show, and I was really shocked when I read this guy's review, only because we've been there many times. We've tried a few different things. You like that hot cherry pepper thing. We've tried pepperoni. We've tried other pizzas there.
There you go.
And oh my goodness,
Alice is here
again,
with
Brian,
the
overwhelming
first,
with the lobster
course. I
mac
want to
and
get
cheese.
it so that people can see. It looks like a baked
it not only looks
casserole.
like there's a ton of
Yeah.
lobster in there,
And
but
what
it
did they
smells.
do? Your
Oh, they got the
question
crunch.
was,
Yeah.
is there something
It's
crunchy?
like an au gratin.
This is gonna be
gratin. Yes.
Too good to
I
pass up
know.
here. Now, are you going to put your hand in there? Or are you going to use
No,
fork?
I've
What are you
got
gonna
our
do?
nice little
That looks really
utensils
good.
here, and we've got our nice little baked lobster pasta.
But on that vegetable
Yeah.
pizza, I have to say this. I mean, of all the pizzas we tried there, and we've tried standard stuff, and we've been there a few times. We've done a show or two there. That vegetable pizza is the best vegetable pizza I've had anywhere. And, and I do take it home, and sometimes I'll heat it up like 3-4 days later, and it's still absolutely terrific. So I think they do a good job. And like we were saying, people always want to compare, Pizza Spot now, they're going to shut down because the Pepe's is here. And far from it. I mean,
Not even close.
their pizzas have a tremendous taste and character to them. And I think that's, one of the unique aspects of Pizza Spot. So
Look, it doesn't
I'm going to
need to-
defend them to my grave. I think they're great.
Okay,
I
but
really do.
the issue was that this person got a ton of toppings, right? And that when they tried to eat in their car, it
Take a
spilled.
bite of that there,
Or is this another one you guys are
You have to
talking
be the
No,
first.
that was it. That it
yeah.
it all toppled
Well, okay,
over,
first of
and then he's
all-
eating in the car, and then he's taking pictures when he's back
tasted
home
like
an hour and a half
hairspray.
later,
I mean,
and
he
then
had a lot of things.
it's like it looked like it was
Okay,
taken
first
in
of all-
some
All right,
dungeon.
here you go.
The
First
lighting
bite
looked
going
very
in,
Okay.
Mike. Look at this
And
first
while
bite.
you eat, I'm gonna say
And it's
something.
on fire here, so be careful there, Mike Mayo.
Okay.
He does a little bit of blowing, and then just goes full bore. What do you
So
think?
here's the deal. Okay.
Lobster mac and cheese, wicked cheesesteaks.
Yeah. Well, obviously it's gonna be good.
Do
Do you
Okay,
hear the
so-
crunch? They got that good crunch on it.
We
Oh yeah, nice. Man.
everyone eats in their car, right? Okay. But there are certain things that are meant to be eaten in a car. Defo, we used to do a show years ago from Landlubbers, and
What's
he
the
would-
worst thing to eat in a car?
but he was doing it from actual experience, not just being Defo. Like we would get dinner and he'd leave. He'd live 40 minutes away. So he would literally eat a baked potato in the car, Caesar salad in the car, like he really would. You're allowed to do it, but these aren't eating in the car food.
Oh, look at this.
Pizza?
Ooh, it's got
Are you
cheesy
kidding
stuff.
me? Look at this. That's ridiculous. Usually you get a lobster mac and cheese. You get mac and cheese,
Yeah, there's no lobster.
and it might have a sprinkle of
It's a
lobster
nice
on
chunk
it.
of lobster.
Look at this, man. I got like a lobster tail in this bite.
No, that's good. Like
So
I
my
said,
thing is this.
Yeah.
What
Go
do you
ahead.
think? What do you think?
It's good. It's cheesy lobster. I'm not usually the biggest fan of like seafood, like with melted cheese, but I do like sometimes it works with like a mac
Send
and
that down to
cheese
Lubie. It's great.
or a shrimp parmesan. Used to be a fixture of some Brooklyn pizza joints. I'd have a shrimp parmesan hero, a sub.
Yeah.
And this is similar, where he's got the cheese kind of melted over the lobster with some nice, beautiful macaroni. It's different. It's good. It'll fill the bill. If you're in that kind of when those winter days come and you have to put on a sweater, it'll be stick to your ribs. It's very, very comforting dish. So yeah, I got to give that the big thumbs up. Just to put a lid on.
Well, what I was going to say is like certain things, eat a burger, but a taco is hard to eat in the car. Pizza's not an eating in the car thing. Let alone with toppings. So if you choose to do it, that's you, but that's not the place's fault.
What appears to me what happened is that the guy got on the phone to order this pizza with Wade. The guy wanted to know what's on the vegetable pizza. Wade said to the
Vegetables.
guy, he said every vegetable that's on the menu, we put on the vegetable pie.
Right.
And the guy wanted the whole list. And Wade is, sometimes
busy.
he's busy. He's got 6 different pies. He's got to make. He makes everyone by
They don't have a
hand.
big
He's an
staff.
artisan, and he probably just didn't want. I don't know what happened on the phone beforehand, but it sounded like this guy already went in with an attitude because he was asking about putting the hot cherry peppers on the vegetable pizza, but he didn't do it. And I don't know if it was a miscommunication or all I know is the guy kind of picked up his pizza. And then it sits there for a while, and he takes the pictures when it's totally like, an hour and a half later. And whatever, if you want to go on, if you don't like a place that I like, that's fine.
The shame is the number of people that just jumped on board, and were into trashing the place when I've never seen unhappy people there.
No.
Everybody I've sent there,
No, it's great.
everybody I've sent there says that's good pizza.
It really
he
is.
uses
Yes,
quality
they do a great
ingredients.
job.
He uses, and look, he uses really good quality of mozzarella
prices are
on his
solid, too.
mozzarella cheese. He has other items like the meatballs, which are ridiculously good value. I mean, just you get some of these joints in Fort Lauderdale, they're charging $15, $18, $25 for just a meatball appetizer. Where there you get 3 nice all beef meatballs and a really good sauce. He uses these California tomatoes that are really good on his pizza and the meatball sauce, and with a big dollop of ricotta cheese, and it's like $5.95. It's crazy. So
it's good
Pizza
spot.
Spot has great atmosphere, great value, and I'm here to defend them today. Not just because
I don't even
they're
think you need
sponsored,
to.
because I genuinely like the place. I've been a big time fan. I've sent a lot of people there. Wade and Reese have become friends of mine, and
That was a weird complaint.
if somebody wants to take a cheap shot at them, fine, go ahead. Not everybody's going to like every.
Shouldn't do it though.
But the bottom line is it really fair to judge a big topping pizza based on taking it home, carrying it when it gets all soggy? And my answer would be no, because you've brought home slices and half pies from there after we eat
I
there.
will say, you know what, but if you put them in the toaster oven, I mean,
You put them in the fridge.
they get
they
a
firm
little,
up.
they get a little slippery there, but
Yeah,
it's to be expected.
It's pizza.
But the flavor, I mean, what you're looking for when you're getting good food is flavor, are you not? I mean, you don't want it to taste, like Domino's or something like that. So, you're willing to put up with a few different things.
Look, Pepe's is doing a really nice job with their coal-fired oven, and that tomato pie. People were going off like, "Where's the cheese? How can anybody eat pizza without
don't
cheese?"
get that pizza.
They have mozzarella with it. They have their own, And Pepe's does a nice job with what their style is. It's a little thinner and crisper, and that coal oven basically sucks a lot of the moisture out of the dough, so it comes out crisp and cracker-like. The wood fire oven retains a little bit more of the moisture, but I like it because sometimes you get a little bit of a chewier, spongier dough that has different complexity, where you get the crispness on the edges, but when you bite into it in the center, there's a little bit of more spongy and chewiness, which is a lot of the pizza I grew up with in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Pizza is like sex. Even bad pizza is good. And this isn't bad pizza. This is good pizza. It's just different styles, and everybody's going to have their subjective favorites. I think there's plenty of room to go around for everybody. I loved the Pizza Spot's pizza. I really liked Pepe's pizza.
They do a great pizza
I really
here.
liked the pizza here at
this
Wicked
guy is-
Cheesesteaks.
Brian
I've
puts
lost
out a
track.
great
I'm eating
pizza.
so much pizza. And every place has its niche. And like you said, most people just go in their neighborhoods and not traveling like me, like a food explorer, the Magellan.
Well, you might go out of your way for something special, or if you happen to be rolling by a place, like we were friends with the people at Costa's, and I thought
Go
their
for
pizza
it.
was
Just
very
eat more.
good.
You know you
and
want to eat more.
if
It's
I'm
okay.
going by there, I'll definitely stop in and get a slice, because they're very accommodating.
They do
in
a
that
good
way.
job. I mean, all these places do good work. different styles, different strokes. for
I know
different
one
folks.
place you won't go though is that Heavenly Pizza. You weren't happy with
Oh
them.
my God, that place freaked me out. And
And,
again,
you know-
I don't care what your religious beliefs are, but they have weird, you don't have to wear a mask, but why would you tell someone you can't? Like, I just don't understand that one. That
Mike
was a
Mayo
weird
comes
rule.
in. I mean, recognizable right away. It's like Judge Judy comes in, and you want to talk to her about your lawsuit. Mike Mayo comes in. You want to show off your food. You don't want to kick the guy out of there, and you get especially steamed up about sort of contrived rules.
Yep.
You want rules in restaurants to be somewhat universal. So when you find out you can't wear your Yankee cap in there, or, that they don't serve a certain drink on a Wednesday, that's what I found really triggers your anger.
Look, going to a restaurant, it's basically the owner. It's the owner's house, their
Yes.
house,
Yes.
their rules. You either accept them as they are, or you say, you know what, this seems a bit ridiculous,
Isn't
and
for
I'm
me.
never going to go there, or I'm not going to patronize this place. And again, boy, we're being negative on particular places today. That particular pizza place, which is up in Pompano near you, I think it might even be registered as a church and a ministry. I
I
don't
think
know
it's like
if
a
they pay sales tax.
501c. All the
Yeah,
money it's
he gives a lot.
charity.
Look, he
Yeah.
does. He has his religious beliefs. He does a lot of good work with people who are down and out. But during the height of
So this was
pandemic,
like my wife.
he
just goes right for the
politicized
laps.
things to the point where, like Lubie said, like I showed up wearing a mask, wanting to go in there, and they have a sign: "We don't let anybody in the restaurant with masks." Now they still serve you. Very nice cashier woman who was working came out to me at the door. I told her that I lived with, and this was before all the wave of the booster shots became available, and it was at the height of the whole Delta or what it was, the Omicron. It was like last winter, and there was a lot of COVID still going around, and I'm protecting.
Bottom
my
line
mom.
was the pizza wasn't that great.
No, and
Okay.
she brought me out. I ordered a chicken parm sub and a couple of slices of pizza. I took the chicken parm home, and very nice. She brought it out to me. Wouldn't let me
they're
in.
nice people there.
Wouldn't let me in the door wearing a mask.
Like, I
Which
just
just
don't
strikes me as odd.
What
Like
is the
it's
mask
one-
going to do
Well,
to them? That's
especially
what I
not
don't
that
get.
mask you had on this morning.
Yeah. Well, that one.
Which was very appropriate during your
that's
days
our
as an
secret.
editorial writer.
Halloween. I'm going to spring it on the Lunchbox audience. But no, the mask there, they basically, whatever. She brought the pizza out to me, and it was just, it was mediocre pizza. I just.
Too many arguments on Let's Eat South Florida. The best thing about it, as I always say, is I got turned on to places like this through Let's Eat South Florida. Probably would have, might have been attracted to the name, but, you could easily blow by here and not notice it while you're flying up, Federal Highway here, hoping to make a turn on commercial. You might not see all of the different things that are here.
You're going to want to find it.
And, the best part about Let's Eat South Florida is I came to a screeching halt when I saw it and said, okay,
Jesus.
that's going to be the place we try.
Just because
I hear
Julian
it's
said to
great.
do it doesn't mean you have to do it.
And it works out. So for the one, malcontent or dissident that's on there that trashes a place that we happen to like, I find it interesting, the kind of gang mentality, though, of Let's Eat South Florida,
people who are
subscribers.
like-minded tend to cluster in groups. And
It's called groupthink.
so
All of a sudden, 100 people
so
say, I'm
one
so glad
person-
you said that. I hate
Right.
that place, too.
Right. But what I really don't like is when people say, "Oh, that looks terrible. I'll never go there."
That
Like
sucks.
people should always judge.
They
for
probably would never go
themselves.
there anyway.
Even
that
though
was-
when I was a critic, my whole job is to tell people what I liked and what I didn't like, and what I think is worth their money, and what I would never tell somebody don't go here.
Yeah.
I would never say steer clear of here, unless there's something really alarming going on, which has happened a couple of times. But I'm of the opinion that just because somebody posts a bad review on Yelp or shows a picture that doesn't look particularly appetizing, for you to say, "Oh, I'll never go there. Thanks for warning me." That's crazy. I mean, you got to go try for yourself. Use
Form your own opinion.
Form your own opinion. Use your own mind. I don't know if that's possible anymore these days.
No, not
Is that
you're,
allowed?
you're weakening. But you're coming on strong today. I like it. Good, strong opinion.
Okay, yeah.
Great
Well, we're
defense of the
here.
pizza spot.
Like, Deef, whenever we're at a place like this, Mike Mayo perks up and you get a different
Oh yeah,
Mike
you
Mayo.
put me in my milieu, my environment, where you throw food around me and give me good
Well, this was a good
hopped
starter.
up cane sugar, black cherry
Yeah, this is the
soda.
appetizer.
Lobster
This
mac
would
and
be an
cheese and a
appetizer.
boiling right here at Wicked Cheesesteaks, and people seem to really be enjoying the variety of stuff that they have
I
here. Which
should
is great.
give the address here. Wicked Cheesesteaks. It looks like
It's
it's
actually pretty
4826
easy.
North Federal Highway, right
Fresh
across.
UPS exists, but it's off of US 1 Federal Highway, just
Just-
south of Commercial,
and it's right across
on
from Holy
the
Cross
east
Hospital.
side. It's really easy to find.
So after I get all my medical tests and I get cleared by my doctors,
Exactly,
I come right
come here.
over here because that's
Just
a
load
great
up
way
with the
to
cheese.
celebrate.
Yeah, melted cheese. Good for you.
So I'm still in shock over the colonoscopy results. Totally clean, and that's it.
We
All right,
don't need to hear
we
much
don't
more
need to
about
get
that.
into
Yeah.
That's lunch hour. We're in
Mike
we're
Mayo's
eating
anal
their
But
lunch.
one
cavities
thing
are
I
clean.
loved, it was actually my indoctrination to the Mike Mayo's Lunchbox was our Visit Lauderdale segments, because it took us around South Florida to see some of the great places we have here and beyond. And I've always been a big fan of what we've been doing with Visit Lauderdale
No, and
and
you know me,
what
I
they
love
do for us.
I love
and
the
what we do
mom-
with them.
I love the mom and pops. I love the hidden gems, and there's so many of them around South Florida. Lurking in all these great little shopping centers and strip malls. Hey, so I think it's a good time to. Well, we'll take our first break. I want to mention a couple things. First of all, today is a Shenanigans Friday.
It
and
is.
Big weekend of sports coming up. We got
Wow.
the World Series. The World Series.
Who,
Remember that? One
who
flew
you
over
rooting
the-
for, Mike Mayo? Philly?
I was
Everybody
gonna
loves
do my
Philly.
one
in this
flew
You're
over
not
the
gonna root for the
cuckoo's
Astros.
nest. World Series, Chief. It's the World Series. Jack Nicholson,
Yeah.
great role. I'm rooting for the Phillies, as is everybody, as are all right-minded Americans that don't want to reward cheaters and cheating, even though the Astros have cleaned up their act. But no, everybody loves an underdog, even though the Phillies have no right to be in there. They finished like the last in the division and still made
Get
it
hot
in
at the
or
right time, though. That's what
but
it's all
no,
about.
it's all about that. So shenanigans, both locations, great places to catch games, World Series, the college football, pro football. Jim Sarney told me yesterday that last night started a run of 27 consecutive days and nights of football,
Including
whether
soccer.
it's
Wow.
no, not including soccer, just regular football. Pro or college football is going to be on every night. I think he said something. I don't know how
No,
this is
that's all right.
possible.
He included football.
Yeah.
Oh, he included football.
Yeah, because Wednesdays is the one. There's like action on
Oh.
either Tuesday or Wednesday, but one of those 2 days does not have.
Well,
American
whatever you
football.
want to watch, whatever kind of football you want to watch,
There's
or
a-
whatever horse races you want to watch, because Pat Utter, who came on last week, and he was terrific.
Butter was great.
It was fun.
And
It was a good time.
Breeders' Cup next week, and so that'll be going on Friday and Saturday, and you can watch all the races there at Shenanigans. The two locations, one is right across from TY Park in Hollywood on the Sheridan Park Road. Then there's my local, which is at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, and they've got the late night food. I can't believe the kitchen's going there till 3:00 on the weekends.
Yeah.
That's great, and all kinds of great deli specials. They got the drive-through for pickup, takeout. Shenanigans is my place. It should be your place too for sports, food, fun, and family. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
Great idea, too. I mean, if you're going to take a flight somewhere, instead of getting hosed at the airport restaurants there where you're paying $32 for a crummy cheeseburger and a drink, you go to Shenanigans first, load up, maybe bring the rest of it because it's going to be a big portion on the plane. And now you have something, you're halfway to your destination and you're thinking, wow, I still have that great sandwich that I got at Shenanigans right here in my bag here. And all the rest of the people on the plane get very jealous. So great spot. And even returning from a trip, you get in late, you're looking for something to eat, you don't have anything in the fridge at home, right to Shenanigans. So always great, Fort Lauderdale Airport.
Great
All right,
burgers.
I'm glad you're in a good mood here,
The
Mike
man
Mayo.
himself
and-
is coming up next.
yeah,
good. Great.
much more to come here from Wicked Cheesesteaks.
Looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more? Go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets. They've got eggs Benedict. They've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans. For 30 years, they've been doing a great job. The original location, West Side, 3303 Sheridan Street, just across from TY Park in Hollywood. And there's the East Side location, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. You go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the blackened grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late in both locations. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent.
Oh, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're here at Wicked Cheesesteaks. We're having a time at 4820 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale. We're with Defo and Lubie, and they just hit us up with all our food, including something that's a new item here.
Is it an item here, or did they create this? I wasn't sure.
No, this on the board
Okay.
as new items. They have
Okay.
a chicken quesadilla and a cheesesteak quesadilla. I
Ooh,
know a lot of people like having the kind of,
okay.
and look at this. It's like a beautiful little square with crunch. Look at the crunch, and it is a quesadilla. It's looks like it has some of the hot peppers in there,
Here's
some of the
kind of a
mushroom.
special
I
sauce.
told Brian to make it a little spicy. What do we
Is this
got there?
sour
We
cream?
got sour cream.
But this is a special sauce. So maybe
Special
you want
sauce.
that.
This
Well,
lobster
sounds
roll is off the chart.
I
Absolutely
have
great.
to. Oh, and then the hipster rolls. We
All
got
right, I'm
the
doing the
lobster mac
chicken.
and cheese.
You're
Look
doing
at
the
this.
He's dunking.
steak.
Mayo.
No double dipping.
Wow.
No
Yep.
double
Oh, that's
dipping,
annoying.
Lubie.
You're
And
right,
I'm
Tony's
going.
not
It looks
good.
like there's a little jalapeno. So I might have some difficulty breathing and speaking, but I know Defo, the old pro, will bail me out. So here we go. The
All
first bite of the Wicked Cheesesteak chicken quesadilla.
Chicken quesadilla
With
Chicken or
mayo.
steak? You got
Got a
chicken.
little bit
I
of
got
sauce
chicken.
dipped on
Chicken.
there.
I wanted to
So
be
we
a
all-
little bit healthy
so we all got
today.
chicken.
All right, here goes Mike Mayo. Very
This is
self-contained
nice.
on that. No spray. Given up points. No splash on the dive. And what do you think, Mike Mayo? You're a quesadilla connoisseur
This
too.
is
I know
nice.
you love your
Good,
quesadillas.
very. You know what's nice about the outer shell? Very crisp and not greasy at all.
Right?
No.
No, it looks very well baked.
The interior
actually. Yeah.
has like really good melding of all the ingredients.
Mhm.
I just got a hint of jalapeno. Looks like there's some mushrooms in here. Got the cheese melted. This seems like the special sauce seems like just a basic ranch,
It's like a ranch.
Yeah, you know, it's
I
funny.
think-
We're having a feast and we haven't even got a cheesesteak sandwich yet.
and that's okay.
That's why I
because
love this place, man.
That's why they call it Wicked Cheesesteaks, but you can have a wicked good lunch without even touching the really
Their main
beautiful,
steak.
fresh shaved prime ribeye he uses. And again, I was in the back before, and I like to go through a place and inspect the kitchen and see what's going on. He uses this really good quality of the ribeye steak, where freshly shaved. Again, nothing frozen, nothing coming out of a cryovac. It's like he gets these steaks fresh, he slices them up and does them proper on the flat top grill. So
No,
it's this place is solid in every respect.
You know what's my favorite thing about this show?
is you
is
eating and
Not even me
me
eating, making a mess. It's the growth of the people who are on it, whether it's new or old. Defo, we started this by Defo making fun of you every day for eating, right? Then we started accepting you eating.
right.
Then Defo would sort of take a bite. Now it's gotten to the point where we're coming back from a break.
There he
Defo's
is.
literally
look at
cutting
this. Brian's here.
into
He keeps bringing stuff.
a
This
lobster
dessert.
roll.
Oh,
Is
my
that
God.
the
He's
on
trying to
air.
kill us, this
Pie?
guy, Brian.
You got a couple
Do you have
minutes to
5
come
minutes?
on
You have
air?
a minute? 1 minute?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Great. All
Sorry,
right.
you like me, but there's no one better than Brian. So
Oh,
we're
no,
turn
we're gonna
over to
have
Brian
Brian.
right now.
The
The man
owner
behind-
and
one of the
operator of
people
Wicked
behind
Cheesesteaks.
Wicked
He's just hit us with a great feast here. We got chicken wings
Got
again. We
wings
got the new
now.
chicken quesadilla. We got
Added in
2
some
lobster
desserts.
rolls. We've got the mac and cheese, the lobster mac and cheese. Hey, how
Brian,
are you,
how are you,
Brian?
man?
Welcome back to the Lunchbox. Always a pleasure to see
Thank
you
you
and
so
be
much.
here.
Good to
And
see you, my
thank
friend.
you
Much, sir.
again for this hospitality. I think you're trying to make me
He's sending us a
even
message
more
here. Yeah.
rotund than I am, but
How's
I'll
the
never
macaroni and
complain.
cheese?
I loved it. Tell me what goes into that. How do you bake it?
My
and get
wife makes the cheese sauce, and it's just basic elbow macaroni and fresh Maine lobster and Ritz crackers on the top.
Nice. Ritz crackers. That's what gives it the crunch. That's a classic. That's a very New England touch, right? I think so. Yeah.
Everything starts with the Ritz crackers.
Yeah. And so, what kind of cheese again? I'm sorry. It was
It's a mix of Gouda, Velveeta, mozzarella, a bunch of different cheeses in there. And
it tastes great. And I was saying, like, one of my, I have my food idiosyncrasies, and I usually am not a big fan of like cheesy seafood and things like that.
Mhm.
But this works completely. And certain things I do like shrimp parmesan. When I grew up growing up in Brooklyn, they had these shrimp parmesan heroes, and like the lobster mac and cheese. Like it reminds me of lobster Newburgh, where you get things in a creamy sauce. So
very, very good. Yep.
well done. All right, what else is happening here? You got any other?
We have a chicken quesadilla,
Yeah.
spicy chicken quesadilla. It's got a little bit of kick to it. Hot cherry peppers, jalapeno, fresh mushrooms, fresh green peppers, buffalo chicken, like a chicken
Yeah.
cheesesteak, and the Mexican blend on the cheese, and then toasted right in the pizza oven.
No, it comes out nice and crisp and not, greasy at all. It's a beautiful.
There's a lot of fun things you can do with that kind of a pizza oven. It makes like the best
Now,
macaroni.
that's a
and
new
cheese.
item Mike was saying?
Yeah,
Relatively
we're
new?
working on that on the menu.
Oh,
it's
very good.
It's a new item, but with that kind of a pizza oven, it gives it a great. It's not like you're putting it in a panini press.
No,
You're getting like 1,000 degrees, and it toasted up really, really good.
yeah. When it comes out greaseless and crisp like that, you can
Mhm.
actually like eat this at a poker table and not make a mess of all the cards.
Lobster roll is right on the money again. I forgot how good it was. I mean, it was great the last time, but wow.
Exactly.
Simplicity is bliss. And of course, as you told us, and we were talking about it earlier, no fillers. You're in the back there cracking lobsters, and the attention to detail
Exactly.
and the quality really comes through. Absolutely delicious.
If you're not from, being from Maine, that's the basic that we do. No celery salt, just celery, mayonnaise, and a New England style bun that's toasted, a 6-inch.
And how much are these? They're now.
We do right now. We're at $19.99,
That's
which
pretty
is a
good.
great price for the. And then Tuesday we run a special for $17.99. We're
Wow.
gonna be open on Tuesdays. We've been still.
Oh wait, because I thought for a while you were closed on
We're
Tuesdays. But,
closed. We were open this past Tuesday, but we're gonna do a lobster promo on Tuesday for $17.99.
okay, so you're back with season in full swing.
Yeah,
you're going to
it's
be
getting
doing
closer and
7
closer.
days.
We're
okay.
trying as
Yeah.
hard as we
Okay, I know it's been a struggle, but that's good
digitally
news.
can.
Yeah, no, and I know you got the other specials. It's posted right on the board above us.
Right.
Got the BOGO on the cheesesteaks on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday night from like 5 to 8. It's buy one get one free with the purchase of an appetizer or dessert.
And then you've got the pizza specials.
Pizza specials on Thursday. It's $10 for a large cheese, $12 for a pepperoni, and $1 wings, which is great.
And obviously you got takeout, delivery.
Takeout, delivery, Uber Eats,
all the major.
exactly.
So yeah, Wicked Cheesesteaks as you play. How much of your business, like you would say, is like steady, regular customers that come in once a week or once a
maybe like 60 to 70%, and
Really?
then 30% online.
I could see guys around here coming in every day.
Exactly.
And imagine you're in room 401C over at Holy Cross, and they deliver a lobster mac and cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
After you just had 4 bypasses, and you say, "Hey,
That's
I'm okay now." And
And we
first,
do have a cheesesteak called the Heart Attack, which is steak, onions, cheese sticks, and that will work your way over
the
there.
next
fast.
time our friend Andy is over there across the street, we'll have to bring him one of those because he he loves
he
those
needs a
heart
mobile app
attacks.
for sure. Yeah.
You gotta try the key lime pie. See what
We're
you
gonna
think.
get there. Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
want me to do it now? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
do anything.
I don't know. You might
know-
have to dive into a wing first.
Well, I mean,
you
I'm
are.
gonna- you never know what life is going to bring.
You're our
Eat the-
official
eat
critic on the
dessert
show. We're just
first.
eaters here.
That's
We're just
it.
here to support.
So tell me about this key lime pie because
We make the key lime pie here.
you
It's
do.
made from
Oh, wow.
scratch.
Say homemade
Key lime pie, homemade peanut butter pie. 60% of our desserts that we make them here from scratch.
That is tremendous. What's the crust? The traditional graham cracker crust,
Yeah.
it looks like. I'm going to smush around. I didn't touch the fork yet, Defo. And I'm an odd duck because I don't like having the whipped cream just all concentrated. I like to evenly spread it out. Like
For a food critic, the strangest eater you've ever seen.
It really
it's
is.
really
Happens
just
every
bizarre
day.
what
I-
it does.
I like to spread it out like cream cheese on a bagel, whipped cream on a piece of key lime pie. And I don't know if anybody can see
I don't
it.
know if I go
It's
for
a
that. So
nice little square. I'm going to go into the end piece so I get some of the crust.
Strictly a
And,
Mayo isn't that.
Defo can do the play-by-play.
All right,
as
here
I
we go. Key lime pie, which Mike Mayo's very, very critical of, and has its distinct tastes. It should be the official dessert of Florida, but
Of
somehow
Mike
that
Mayo.
ended up being like a strawberry cheesecake, which makes no sense. Not even a strawberry shortcake. But how would you eat this one? I mean, do you feel like you're in Key Largo or
It was
Isla Mirada?
luxurious. It's got that great creaminess. It's got that perfect blend of a little bit sweet, but cut by the citrus, the notes of the key lime.
Don't you
It's
love
got
when he
that-
goes into his critic mode? He starts-
It's got really good, the texture and flavor are there. The graham cracker crust, traditional cream, very nice. And I would say that's a very well balanced, creamy, satisfying, luxurious key lime pie. So
very
Thank
nice.
you,
well
sir.
done.
Thank
Wow.
you, sir.
Any place that bakes and makes stuff in house,
Gotta
like
love
you
that.
guys do, and while you were busy slaving away during the lunch rush here, I was singing your praises about seeing those lobsters, all those beautiful
He
lobsters
comes
being
in every day,
shelled.
cleans
and-
them from scratch.
Yeah, and how many places people be shocked to know that where everything is coming out frozen or cryovac in
Exactly.
a bag, and there's nothing better that you can't replicate the taste of a fresh live steamed Maine lobster, and then you take that sweet meat right out of the shell
Exactly.
when it's just been boiled, and you can taste the difference here at Wicked Cheesesteaks. So,
That's it. You can't give it the name Wicked without good lobsters.
All right, so I know are you a big Dolphin fan, or you just following the team? Because
Love
Ian
the
always asks me
Dolphins.
when I think about the
Exactly.
Dolphin game.
That's how
Would
we
you-
met the first
Would you
time.
have gone for the field goal in the third quarter of that
quarter,
game last
up
week when
16-10.
they were up points? They could have gone up 9. They decide to go for a fourth down. They don't make it. They leave Pittsburgh hanging in the game, and they could have easily sustained a loss there. What do you think? Coaching error? Or,
when you were watching it, did you react, or were you watching it closely?
I would have gone for the field goal.
Yeah, it would. It,
yeah, me too. I mean,
I was
did you
going
throw a
off.
lobster against the wall as you were watching this thing? Or?
No lobsters were harmed
Yeah,
in the watching.
So,
the
so
people get
basically,
all
you
over
think
you.
it's going to be a tough game on Sunday? Is that what you're trying to?
You never know. I mean, the NFL is too unpredictable. It seems.
What
like.
time's the game? 1 o'clock.
I would think so. I'm thinking a 1:00 game. Dolphins are favored by 3 and a hook now.
There are no gimmies
on
in
the
NFL.
road. And Detroit's been awful their last couple of
So
games.
who they playing after this weekend? What's the next game?
They have a bunch of crummy games coming up.
Oh,
in a
you know
row.
what? I don't even look. I take it
Yeah.
one day at a time. I'm just hoping I'm here for the next game.
They're playing like schmink teams like Carolina and teams like that.
Yeah, this
Okay.
was the soft
So
part
it
of the
could be a
schedule.
good run, basically.
Yes,
You would hope.
if they maintain and
Yeah.
don't have any injuries, knock wood. I think they could be poised to go on a little run.
And
here.
who are the Eagles playing?
And the Eagles keep winning. Their
Yeah.
wife must be happy about
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, not so good for the Patriots though. They are this week is going to be interesting. Patriots Jets, and for some reason the Jets are not even favored at home, even though they have a better record. People still
I
aren't
gotta
quite
tell you.
believing them yet.
I mean, when I was a kid, the Patriots were so bad.
Right?
It was crazy. That's how I became a Dolphins fan.
Was
I
that
came
the Chuck
down here in
Fairbanks era and all that stuff?
like 84, 85, and I was working in a restaurant in West Boca, and I was a waiter the winter season, and I waited on Dan Marino, and he was the nicest guy that ever lived.
That's
He
been
ate
a
a
big
couple
issue, though.
meals.
Celebrity behavior. I was reading. I guess did a guy put out a book about this? You probably have seen this. I was reading about it in the Post. Boorish celebrity behavior in restaurants. With this, all of these people are like getting kicked out of restaurants, or they feel
Exactly,
so
yeah.
entitled. I don't know. You didn't feel that
Oh, is
pressure
that with
when
the
Mayo
whole
walked
James
in.
Corden thing?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
James
yeah.
Corden got kicked out of Balthazar,
And they were
which is
talking
one
about
of these
Meghan Markle and other people. Anna Wintour is a real pain in the butt. And they all feel entitled. But you didn't feel that way though. That sense of intimidation when Mayo came in.
Like the thing about it is like the old days, like when you would read the newspaper and it was like the food critic and you read the article, everybody read it. It
Right.
was just an amazing time,
Yeah.
that it's not there
Well, there was
anymore.
commonality and a sense of like, everybody would be watching the Super Bowl or a big TV show.
Yeah.
There was that water cooler talk, and everybody read the paper, or at least the Sunday paper.
They used to listen to the radio.
There was that common bond.
Yeah.
Lubie is taking away the rest of my.
Lubie's all
he's
in.
getting a plate. Okay, all right, we're gonna let Lubie be because he's done a great
He's
job.
been under a lot of stress.
He's got a lot of stress. He's buying homes. He's selling homes. He's getting hotspots. He's installing hotspots. He's a man about town. He's a Renaissance man. We do,
but the old
Lubie.
days of reading the Sun Sentinel and his articles were amazing.
But I still,
very well written for a guy that eats like
Yeah.
a slob.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you
exactly.
say? I mean,
Yeah, I really.
it's kind of disappointing when you actually see him eat. Although he does do it with enthusiasm.
With gusto. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
But no, now again with the Let's Eat South Florida group, I still have my kind of outlets to, things is mainly. I don't like the, there's
You
no
don't want to
need-
bury something.
I don't want to bury people, especially
Exactly.
smaller places, and that people will find out, for themselves. When I was a professional critic and I was paid for my opinion. Oh, now
You have to
Yeah,
go
you
back
have
and
to get
forth.
involved.
You
Yeah.
gotta-
you criticize.
You know, you gotta give a little
you're
negative
always
to get some
eating, and then
positive.
what is he doing? He's putting wings on a plate with a little bit
What
of
blue
the
cheese?
juice.
Now, do you have an
Yeah.
extra bib here because you have the
Yeah, I'm
lobsters?
going in. What do
this
we
is-
have in the way of the wings?
this is where
this
it gets
the same
messy.
we had last time? or is-
Exactly. That's a sauce that we make here. It's called the stick and honey garlic,
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
going in for
Nice.
which
that.
is a little bit different.
You tried one? No. Like Mayo on the wings now. So you've given the lobster mac and cheese a
Little
giant thumbs
sticky.
up. I can vouch for the lobster roll, top notch. You love the chicken quesadilla with a little bit of pop to it. And I was telling you, the wings really, really blew me away when I had them the
No,
first time.
Yeah, they're
Again,
different. They're totally
Crispy.
different.
That oven makes them nice and get that crisp going. Plump, juicy. The sauce has got a little bit of the sweet, a little bit of the heat. Absolutely delicious. But this is one I would not recommend at the poker tables because they will mark
Well, the cards
cards
will
and-
stick to your fingers there, and
Yeah.
they figure you were pocketing an ace or something.
Well, they will yell
Yeah.
at me, but
Well, I gotta get
good
back.
job.
I gotta get back to work before my wife.
Beautiful
gets-
job, Brian.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Thank you so
You got
much.
the thumbs up on all items. from
Always It's a
Mike Mayo.
pleasure. Thank you
Not
so
an
much
easy thing.
for.
Thank you so much for.
It is so great to be back here, and we'll see you again. I guess it'll be after Thanksgiving. So happy Turkey Day!
Happy Turkey. Day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't believe it's already the end of the year. We got the boat show in town. You might see some traffic and crowds around,
It's
but
been busy.
all good. We'll let you get back to work.
Okay.
Terrific job
Brian,
here,
ladies
Wicked
and gentlemen, we are Wicked Cheesesteaks.
And now I will tell everybody about our friends at Visit Lauderdale that the boat show is in town. Season is beginning. It means lots of events, lots of activities, and we got the boat parade is coming 10th. Lots of things going on, and Greater Fort Lauderdale welcomes everyone, and that means all you foodies out there, culinary explorers, cocktail connoisseurs, craft beer pros, come all to savor every flavor, every moment. We've got the dockside dining with breathtaking views, lively cafes along Los Bolas Boulevard, award-winning chefs serving up every cuisine imaginable, class culinary scene right here awaiting for you. So come stay and play in Greater Fort Lauderdale. Discover taste sensations at more than 4,000 area restaurants. How many do you think you've been to over the years?
Oh God.
Not 4,000.
Yeah.
I
One
don't know
year
if
I-
I made four figures, but
I kept a log one year, and I actually ate it I think it was like 390
Jeez, good for
different
you.
restaurants,
Wow.
but that was all over, not just in Broward County. But Fulton is a pretty big number. It's going to take you a long time to get through them all, and there's like every
there
cuisine
should be
under the
one or
sun.
two that satisfy even the grumpiest of the Florida
And for those who
critics.
get fill their fill of food, don't forget the whole down here is exploding. I
Yep.
mean, you got Funky
Breweries.
Buddha, all these breweries, craft breweries that popped up and just really proliferating. We have the Visit Lauderdale Ale Trail. You can check those out. There's also hidden speakeasies, rooftop bars, and expert mixologists serving up amazing cocktails. It's a never celebration in Greater Fort Lauderdale, and everyone's invited. So for more information about the latest events and promotions, go to visitlauderdale.com.
All right, I wouldn't eat the lobster roll if I was that guy. I would condemn that, but I would eat it for sure. Even if I was parked, though, I probably would go ahead and that is outstanding.
It's good stuff.
And you like to talk about the symmetry and the symbiotic relationship between the meat and the bread. They did a great job of putting together. You would be happy to get on a roadside somewhere in
Right. Yep.
And if you're going to do it for $18 on a Tuesday,
That's great.
I would suggest
Can't beat
clear
that.
your social count here.
When you get dealing with fresh boiled lobster,
This is
that's
fantastic.
not frozen out of a cryovac bag. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a tremendous value. And like you said, it is authentic, roadside stand, split top hot dog bun is the only way.
Defo's eating, by the way, that's how good it is. Defo's put aside all of his principles
Yep.
and just forgot and just started with his hands.
I eventually corrupt everybody. I am the devil. I am a master
I figure
eater.
if you're talking, I'm eating, especially with this variety of food here at Wicked
Well,
Cheesesteaks.
let's take the final break
Yes,
of the
sir.
day, and then we'll hit the weekend and maybe some
Well,
heavy-duty
we have plans.
activities involved later today.
You like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
Wow. Defo, you got to bail me out because I got to.
It was fantastic, and I know you had to get your piece in before Lube with it in a to-go bag, but box. But really a tremendous. The simplest things sometimes are the best, especially when you have the right. One thing I really enjoy about going out and doing these remotes and being at different places is, as we've said many times, you talk to the owner, the proprietor, and you see the pride and the care and the attention to detail that they take in making their food as good as it could possibly be. This, I mean, is just pure, raw, beautiful lobster roll simplicity, and it really, I mean, it stands up against anything for the price, especially.
A credit to his home state of Maine, because any maniac would be very, very.
Just without having a cheesesteak, which is even more amazing.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is, I just
it's
thought about
okay.
that.
There's Wicked Cheesesteaks, but there's a lot of variety
Yeah.
here, and you know me, I was trying to be healthy today, so no red meat.
I like that you've turned over a new leaf, and people are congratulating.
Red meat, just cheese and cream sauce and a little.
You'll find a
key
proper
lime pie.
balance eventually.
I never got to yesterday. I posted the caramel candy apple, caramel apple versus the candy apple. Which are you, Jeff?
I like them both. I probably would lean being super old school towards the candy apple, because I liked when the thing had like a little rim to it, so you would get into that, and then it would crack, and then you'd start eating the bites together of the candy and the apple itself. A caramel apple is very good too, but you could lose your teeth in there also.
Same. I was the same way, and you know, both my dad and
caramel
grandfather
and
exists. So I loved candy apples when I had free dentistry at my beck.
Well, so you probably even would buy a box of Jawbreakers every now and then. Yeah.
Nowadays, that both my father and grandfather, rest in peace, are gone, and I have to actually pay for my. Stay away from that.
Yeah.
And even the caramel just sucks out all the fillings.
Caramel is not good if
you
have dentures.
I think I'm going to eat just real apples because that is the healthiest thing for me at this point. Are we? I guess we're
on
out
to
of
the
time.
weekend here.
I hear the music. He's playing us off.
BOGO Wednesday, 5 to 8 p.m. Wow, I can't believe this deal. Authentic Philly cheesesteak and Wicked Good Wings.
Yeah, no, it's
on the BOGO.
Come out to Wicked Cheesesteak sometime. Definitely Gambling Gourmet and Lunchbox approved.
Stop the commercial on Federal on the east side.
Yes, and do it for this week. Whatever you're doing this weekend, if you're going out to you're going to some Halloween parties
or some casino,
please drive safely and remember, arrive alive. Don't drink and drive. And that's going to do it. We'll see everybody on Monday.
good one,
Next
everybody.
week, going to be a big week. The first anniversary celebration of the Lunchbox.
Nice.
And just the final word, thanks to Ryan up at and for all the great work he's done back in the studio, helping us produce us when we were on the airwaves. All right, have a good weekend, everybody. Remember to enjoy every quesadilla, lobster roll, mac and cheese.
Key lime
Enjoy
pie.
every sandwich.